Hello folks, this is Adam Katz for the dogproblems.com dog training tips mini lecture, and today we're going to be talking about dominant dogs. Specifically, we were listening to a lecture given by a fairly prominent sport dog trainer in the dog training community who I have a lot of respect for. I've never met him, but apparently he is a very good sport dog trainer. But he gave a lecture on dominant dogs and aggression, and I have some issues that I completely disagree with and thought I would share them with you today. Starting out, this dog trainer mentions that in his lecture he says some dogs are extremely pain sensitive, and in the process of being asked to do something, they show aggression. But it's not that they're dominant. This is just a super pain-sensitive response, like some dogs that if you step on their foot, they'll bite you. That's not dominance, it's pain sensitivity. Totally reactive. And he goes on to say that you can correct them all you want for that. You're not going to make them stop biting. Folks, this is plainly, flatly, completely not true. I've been working with dogs for over 20 years now. You can fix this type of behavior. There are many dogs that are reactive in the sense that if you accidentally step on their foot, they will try and bite you. They'll try and bite you because they see themselves as being dominant to you. Now, where this trainer fails to show any real understanding about the issue, in my opinion, is that dominance is not usually something that exists in a vacuum. Dominance means being dominant to something else. It is a relationship issue. So a dog that may be completely subordinate or submissive to me can be completely dominant over you. So that's a little bit of what we're dealing with, a lack of understanding. And this reactivity is basically, if we look at dominance behavior on a scale of 0 to positive 10, positive 10 being completely dominant, and 0 to negative 10 being defensive or reactive, what you're seeing is a dog that the more you correct the dog, once he's reactive, the more aggressive he will get. Now, a good trainer realizes the difference between dominance behavior and defensive behavior. This trainer apparently does not, because he goes on to say that you can correct them all that you want for that. You're not going to get them to stop biting, and some dogs will respond this way with a pinch collar. Well, that's because they are not dominant dogs, or they may be dominant dogs. It's completely irrelevant. Now, he goes on to say, even dogs that don't want to get off the couch for you, they're not dominant. They're just seeing if they can get away with it. And they may growl at you to see if they can get away with it, but that's not dominance. Well, folks, if that's not dominance, I don't know what is. It's very simple. If you ask the dog to do something and the dog decides he doesn't have to listen to you, well, he's exerting dominance. He's saying, I'm the shot caller. I'm the pack leader. You are not. So, if we continue to let the dog get away with these little things, the dog ends up feeling that he can get away with the big things. And that means when he shows aggression towards another dog, or towards a human, or to a child, and then we try and correct the dog for it, whoa, Nelly, you really better watch out, because everything you've done up to that point has communicated to the dog that you are not the pack leader. Now, I'll continue along this by reading you a little bit more about what he says. He says, very rarely do truly dominant dogs give you any problems until you ask them to do something they don't want to do. The truly dominant dog is not afraid of anything. They know in their heart of hearts that they don't have to do anything, and you can't make them. Those dogs were really easy to live with. You just couldn't make them do anything. Folks, this is insanity. This is a dog that is really easy to live with until you ask him to do something. It doesn't sound like such an easy dog to live with to me. And I think that's because This trainer really, despite his experience in the sport dog arena, the sport dog field, which is a very controlled environment, the dog is trained for a specific set of challenges and circumstances. Outside of that training context, this trainer, although widely respected, simply does not have a true understanding of the nature of dominant behavior and how it relates to defensiveness or reactiveness, and the difference between the two. To learn more, visit dogproblems.com. I'm Adam G. Katz for your weekly dog training tips newsletter.